Good morning or good afternoon to Madam Junaida and to my beloved classmates. Today, my group will be talking about the International Organization of Standardization 22000 2018 edition. But before we start, we would like to introduce ourselves. My name is Chintamie Dara.
Hello, my name is Tania Ariesya.
Hello, I am Nur Ema Farzana binti Rajuli.
What is ISO 22000 2018? It stands for International Organization for Standardization, which is a new revised international food safety standard aims to standardize food safety management criteria for businesses within the food chain.
The aims of ISO 22000-2018 is to standardize the requirement for food safety management systems in order to ensure that the food is safe for human consumption. It can be used by any organization regardless of its size or position in the food chain. The objectives of ISO 22000-2018 first is to establish a food safety management system, which is called FSMS. Second is to ensure that products do not cause any adverse health effects and also to evaluate customers' food safety requirements. Next is to export food products and penetrate international markets. Furthermore, ISO 22000 is crucial in order to provide safe products and enhance customer satisfaction. And lastly, the objective of ISO 22000 is to communicate safety issues throughout the food chain.
These are some of the guidelines outlining the ISO 22000 requirements. The first one is training. This includes the assessment program and repeated training. The second one is the layout of the premises and workplace. The third one is cleaning and sanitizing procedures. The fourth one is waste disposal, and the last one is internal audit, which includes personal audit and internal audit.
There are few steps or processes before acquiring the ISO 22000-2018 certificate. The first process is to define objective, scope, and policy for implementing ISO 22000 standard. Secondly, establish the ISO 22000 food safety management system by referring to the ISO 22000 standard. Thirdly, train and execute the ISO 22000 requirements throughout the organization. Next is to form an internal audit team for the organization to conduct internal audits at planned intervals to check compliance and effectiveness of ISO 22000 implementation. After that, the process is continued by conducting a management review, which top management shall review the organization's ISO 22000 system to ensure its continuing suitability, adequacy, and effectiveness. The sixth step is to engage the certification body for the audit, and followed by the acquisition of ISO 22000 certificate. Lastly, every year, certification organization will come to do their surveillance audit.
Once approved, the validity period for the certificate of ISO 22000 is 3 years. But this is as long as the annual surveillance plan shows that the system is maintained effectively.
ISO 22000 2018 edition requires a PDCA cycle in their standard practice. P stands for plan, which is to establish the objectives of the food safety management system and its processes, provide the required resources to identify and address opportunities and risks. D stands for do, to implement the processes you have planned. Next, C stands for check, to monitor the processes and their results, analyze the data gathered from this monitoring and report the results. And lastly, A stands for act, to implement measures to improve the performance of the processes. Here are some of the benefits of having ISO 22000 certification. Firstly, it improves health and safety of the food products in the industry. Secondly, it improves customer satisfaction. Thirdly, it helps to meet the regulatory requirements of the food management system. Fourth, it helps to meet other standards and guidelines. Fifth, it improves response to risk. And lastly, it reduces the investigation time for the food management.
These are the references that we use.
That is all. Thank you. Bye.